Hello and welcome back to the Shattered Isles. Delve with me yet again as we see what the Ruff Ryderz are going to do next. So, on a lonely island, deep in the desert, there's this one small statue of a snake thing, and it turns out to be an elevator. So deep under that, there's this cave, and inside this giant monstrous cave, covered with this glowing moss, filled with these people, unlike any they've ever met before. They've traveled into one of the branches of that cave to find themselves this beacon of sorts, a beacon that Mim recognizes as a historical creation from the gnomes, one of 8 that is meant as a religious amplifier. This one seems to have been locked in to this cave and has developed this cult following around it. No one in the cult seems to know what's going on, but Varys, who's been have been feeling these like whispers from Eldith, like his goddess, to go after this amplifier, to seek its power, to become a true agent of Eldith. So they've tied up the leader of this cult down below, like to one of these pillars, and they have gone up and grasped it, started to pull it, but as they pulled it, there was something like holding it there, and so when they pull the altar out comes this giant dog. It looks like it was on the same regimen that Carrot Top was on after he wanted to be taken seriously. Yeah, it looks like the dog that
steroids.
Yeah, and the gatekeeper and the keymaster, like that sort. So out it comes, just a big burly beast. Like from its mouth, it just has like as it breathes in and out, you just see like this green like smoke. Like its whole body seems to be pulsing. Like it's not looking real friendly. It looks like whoever set this beacon up to attach this, to attach it to this cave to solidify this cult, set this as like a trap. So let's roll initiative. Let's get right into it.
Time to fight.
Oh wait, don't roll initiative. Okay, now I roll initiative. I have to put them down further. Whoa! What was that?
Somebody gets too loud.
How does that happen? Oh my god.
Huh? Sorry, I was deafened by that loudness.
Is that gonna happen every time that person rolls? Okay. So this cave, these slow, low burning flames beside it have shifted from like the slight orange that they were glowing to almost have like this green tint to them, and as you look around, the darkened walls, like there's just that faint glow. There's shadows being cast everywhere, and then there's this dog, and it lets out this terrifying howl. So everybody make a wisdom save.
Is it wise if I recognized it as Werewolves of London?
Wow.
Oh
my god.
Werewolves of London.
Ow. Alright, so Rye Guy's scared. Alright, Rye Guy's scared. He peed his pants a little bit there.
Where's your god now, Ferris?
Yeah. So, Rye Guy, you're gonna be frightened for... So at the end of each of your turns, you can repeat this saving throw.
Okay.
But until then, you're frightened.
Does that mean I can't do anything?
You're going to do frightened things, not fighting things. So I'll let you
do I get to pick what frightened things I do? Like if I cower?
Yeah. You can do all that, but just make, just make it the. At the end of your turn, you'll make the saves again.
Well, I rolled shitty on that too, so I'm all good.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much if you don't get a nat 1, I think you're going to be all right. Like, you literally have to get 4 and up.
All right. It's gonna bite at you, Varys. To just add to this, actually, it's probably gonna have advantage on that.
I know that you're reaching into the corruptions manual there, Kevin. Is that what we're doing nowadays?
What's your armor class, Rega? I don't know what the corruptions is. D&D,
15.
sir. 15. All right.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's a hit, isn't it? Plus 5. Blamo. So as it bites into you, you feel this.
Christ.
You feel this like poison sink in.
Oh my god.
So now I'm scared, poisoned. I will be dead in like.
All right, so you take 15 total.
Jesus fucking Christ! Fucking half my health.
Doesn't he get some kind of save against the poison, though, at the end of his turn? Or is that only if it's a poison that affects a specific attribute? Like if it was like dex or strength damage?
Yeah, so this is so I'm not gonna have this be like I'm not gonna have this inflict the poisoned status. It's just like to add a element to the damage, essentially. All right, Mim, you're at.
I go fast.
Do your Kaioken.
Yeah. Something like that.
Is it Ultra Instinct?
Okay.
All right. Whoop. Dro's coming in.
All right. Hopefully to help us.
He's gonna throw some shurikens.
Drain its life with your hands.
Where's your chubby friend, Dro?
All right, he missed. Next up, we've got Rengar. Pew pew.
Yeah. Let's go, bear.
Yeah.
Dog bear.
This poison hound is like licking its lips with the taste of Varys's blood. A fine meal, just with an added flavor of being scared out of his mind.
Awesome. I assume that is not gonna hit.
No. That's a hit.
That's a hit, though.
So you double roll the damage dice. And
Awesome. Awesome.
they're supposed to be 1d4s, aren't they? Not that it matters.
Yeah. We'll just take him. Whatever.
So 2 plus your... What's your strength modifier? 3?
Strength is 3, yep.
Rock with my wild magic again.
And
Is that it?
I want to try this thing out. It's scroll. Is that what it was?
Yeah. So you can do your bonus action first. Like, like the order of things doesn't matter. But you can go ahead and cast it. So for your next turn.
Okay.
All right. All right, so it takes a pretty vicious blow on the side and it starts like going around, like looking, like growling at Rengar. It seems to shift its gaze. Varys, go ahead and make your wisdom save. All right, you're not scared anymore, but that was your turn. You can describe what frightened thing you did to regain your courage.
I sat in my piss and cried.
Of course. That's why I let you describe it. I wouldn't have come up with it.
The smell has brought strength into you.
It's like what Jackie Chan says: piss shirt, bend bars. Or his wet shirt, no break.
You didn't say piss shirt Ben Bars.
All right, Dandy. That's what you got.
Can I do? I guess I can't do this because it's not a. I can't do hold person because he's not a humanoid. So.
Talk to him.
Rengar's also kind of got something set up. Not yet, but.
I don't have speak with animals planned today because Kevin gets mad when I use it. So I don't have that.
One time, I bring it up.
I know you
better. I step it out.
But how about Tasha's hideous laughter?
Yeah, the intelligent. Yeah,
that says creature. That doesn't say humanoid.
It's intelligent. Its intelligence has to be a certain point, and it is that point. So.
Actually, hold on. It's 30 feet. I think I might have to move in a little bit to do that. Do I? Or wait, no.
You're probably pretty close.
I'm good.
You're well within, Dandy.
All right.
Wisdom. So +1. It failed. Once again, the beast or the monster that you guys fight is just laughing. Let's see it letting out this cackle.
And then I guess in order to make him laugh, I decided to tell a dog-related joke. I say, it's like, hey, Various peed all over the floor, but at least we don't have to rub his nose in it. Right, dog animal? And then that was the joke I said to this dog. Good news, guys. It's playing. You get an advantage, I think.
All right, so it doesn't get a turn then, because it's only when it takes damage that it.
Yeah, it's gonna miss its turn.
All right, Mim, you're up.
Gotta have my vape.
Whoa.
Jesus. Ma'am, I think it's you. Ma'am, it's you. What?
It does it. The ping that it does when you click it is so loud. Like my speakers like top out.
Mute it.
Okay, it's a miss. You gonna do your tides of chaos? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, that's a miss. Good news is it didn't take damage, so it's not making a save. Jero's gonna sit this one out. He's gonna position himself more strategically.
You think there's no honor in attacking a laughing pup?
Yeah, exactly. All right, Rengar, you're up.
When does that thing come into effect?
It's when you hit him. So on your next hit, it'll trigger.
All right. So here come the knuckles.
Oh, you have advantage on your hit. Oh. Mim, you should have... Mim, go ahead and roll Chromatic Orb again. Because you should have had advantage.
Don't do it.
Sorry, in my mind when I play this through, it wasn't a laughing dog incapacitated on the ground. So that's a hit.
Which one?
Rengar's
Me?
a hit. Mim's a miss. Sorry. All right. There's the wisdom save. It's a +1 on that, so it fails. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
The dog's still laughing.
All right, Rengar, you gonna make another attack? Oh, and it triggers this ensnaring strike. So as Rengar comes down with his brass knuckle fist, he hits it down into the ground, and these vines shoot up around and wrap around it, and they have these like thorns all over them. So this dog that's hilariously laughing on the ground is now covered in these thorny vines,
It's
stuck,
being tickled.
trapped there. Yeah.
Advantage on this too.
Yeah, because it's incapacitated from it's laughing. Just
Until it succeeds at a wisdom throw, it's going to be prone.
that's a fail or a miss. Sorry. All right, Varys, you're up.
I want to cast this at a slot 2.
All right, on
for
yourself.
myself. Yeah.
So was that 13 that you get?
14.
14?
Isn't my
All right, bonus action. Are you gonna dunk yourself, or are you're pretty much topped off, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm at 30 out of 31. So
Any
let's
movement?
see. I can do cantrips, can I?
Yeah.
All right. Do Sacred Flame. What does it say? He's got to do a... Sorry, I do this every time. Target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Oh well, it's gonna. I don't think it can make a dexterity saving throw. It's ensnared to the ground. Yeah. So it takes 6 damage.
Yep.
Here's the wisdom save with a +1.
Yeah, that's going to get him out, I think.
All right, so he's snapped out of he snapped out of his laughing fit, but he's still covered in these vines. He didn't get his chance to do the strength check because he was incapacitated. So, all right, Dandy, you're up. The beast is still tied to the ground, so should be pretty easy to hit.
Yeah, I'm going to have to walk up on it and be in biting range of it.
Yeah.
Does anyone want some inspiration?
No.
Oh, no, never mind. I guess I'll attack it.
I
Fuck
ask
it.
this every time. What the hell does that do again? They give you...
I will roll a 1d6, and then you can add that to anything that you want if you have
Alright.
it.
I will take it.
All right, Varys, you peed yourself, so I feel bad. I'm going to sing you a song. Now you're a man, man. Now you're my man, man. Man. You're now man, you're a man. Now you get a +2 to something. It wasn't even that good.
Yay.
All right, so this poison hound, it's going to make a strength check with a +3. 15. That's gonna break it. So it takes a d6 of damage. So it takes 4 damage, but it breaks out of these thorns, and it lets out another like howl, howl, and you catch something out of the corner of your eye. But and you can hear like these. You thought at first it was just the howl echoing off the cavern walls, but it sounded a little bit different. So you think there's something in the corner.
Oh my God! Is there another Doog?
All right, and it's going to attack you, Renga, with a +4 to hit, +5 to hit. So that's a hit. So it latches on, and and you can feel like the poison like stinging as it bites. So take 18 damage. And Mim, you're up.
All right, everybody, stand back.
There you go. That's a hit.
Damn.
Right back at him.
So it's reels back fresh off the feast they just had on Rengar's shoulder, and it looks up just to see this 4-inch blazing ball coming right at it and just hits it square in the face, like singeing all of its fur, and like it's shaking its head just in this little fireball, like coughing, like a mixture of flame and poisonous smoke. All right, and then Jero is up. Oh, did you want to move it all to Mim?
No.
Jero runs over here, and he swings. At something, but you don't see what it is. But because he goes at it, you can like in the shadows, like the shadows move, and they move in the form of like this dog. So like the darkness of the cavern is like this perfect environment for them to hide. But like in evading this attack, they've revealed themselves, or it's revealed itself. All right, Rengar, you're up. That's a hit.
What's that critter called? We can't see it in the shadow, in the fog of war.
Oh.
Shadow pup. Oh, it's a little pup.
Yeah.
Shadow Pup 1.
All right. Rengar. Killing blow.
So I take a quick look at my shoulder, and then I like grit my teeth, give him a dirty look, and then I punch him in the ribs, break his ribs. They go into his heart. Zing pow.
So as you punch like through his body, it's just like this, like it's almost like this smoke, this green smoke, and like drips like out, just covering him as he collapses to the ground. But you hear a couple howls, like sort of in as a farewell.
I bet it's only your that had bonitis.
You can still you still have your movement and you still have your other attack.
Well, I'm just gonna move over here.
These shadow creatures are probably resistant to physical damage.
I hope not.
All right. All right. The shadow pup. It's going to attack Jiro.
Jiro, absorb its energy.
Jeez, it's a hit.
Jiro! Hopefully he doesn't knock off his hat and show his brain.
+5 to hit. So you see this shadow, like the shadow slowly take shape as it dives at Jiro. It sinks its teeth into his arm and just like shakes him as hard as it can. Jiro makes a strength check to try and. He fails a strength check, so the dog actually shakes him so hard it throws him to the ground. So Jiro's laying there on the ground, took a huge bit of damage. And then like the shadow kind of darts kind of behind the pillar where it's a little bit darker, and it disappears. All right, Varys, you're up.
I'm gonna wait. Where's the shadow dog now? Where'd he go? Oh, he disappeared.
Yeah, he can't.
He's
ran this way into the shadow, and
Oh, that's awesome.
you can't see him.
Hey, Dandy, that inspiration, does that last until the end of battle, or does it have like a turn
It
limit?
lasts as long as I use a bonus action to sustain it or until you use it.
Okay.
And you just assume that unless I need to use a bonus action for anything else, I'll continue to use it on you.
Okay. Well, since I can't see it, I'm gonna cure. I'm gonna cure Rengar. Oh, that's good. Would that 2 go towards that if I use the Dandy, or is it like a saving throw or a?
It goes on your like attack, so it's like whenever you roll a d20, it goes to that roll.
Okay. Well,
So,
and then I'm gonna smack him with
give him a
my
little pop.
mace. 'Cause that sucked.
So go ahead and roll out again. So 3, 4, and 2 more. All right, so that's 9 hit points. I figure something like that.
Well, I don't remember how you wanted to do it.
I'm gonna have it after you add your proficiency because I think it's too good otherwise.
Well,
Like I'll round
and
it.
that
So it'd be
because I would have.
so
This
four
would be
and
5.
5 and 4,
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
and 5 and 5. Make it 10. Why not? All right, Dandy, you're up.
What can I roll a I don't know, investigation or perception to see if I can see the shadow thing? Because I have dark vision.
I mean, you can try.
Well, I know he went around this rock, so I'm gonna investigate it. See if I can't use my orc vision. I did not.
All right, so you go around the rock. You kind of feel out the whole area, but it looks like it's more than just hiding. It's the next level above hiding.
Hidden?
It's cloaked.
So you went to the dark shadow where you thought it was hiding, and you don't see it at all, and you feel all around, and you don't feel it at all.
All right. Well, that's gonna have to be my action then, because I don't want to give
No,
up very soon.
You can. I mean, it wouldn't take very long for you to run over there and go.
Well, 'cause the next thing I'm gonna do is gonna be a little bit more risky, though.
Okay. All right. So this guy's dead. So Mim, you're up.
I'm gonna cast this. See if I can see little critters.
Okay.
Are they magical critters?
I don't know if it would count. Okay. So you're seeing like these little these ripples in the air, like as you're looking around. So you look over towards the column and you see some like where it disappeared, and you see like these shimmering ripples through it, and it goes through where you could have seen. And so like when it went into this like extra dark part, it actually was able to pass through the rest of this darkened cavern and get past you, but
So they're not turning invisible. They're traveling through some dark dimension or something. Is that what you're saying?
No. So my thought. Okay, so my thought is that they're not necessarily casting a spell, but it's hard for me to say that it's not magical. It's a weird in between. Okay, yeah, you can see them, but nobody else can. Because it says they become invisible, so I guess that like, if it was a human, it would be casting invisibility. So, but it doesn't make sense that it would become invisible without it being magic. Okay, sorry, just kind of a little nuance things.
Over there.
All right, so beyond just the first one that you saw, you see another. So you're kind of pointing out where they are, but nobody else can see where they are.
But they can attack them, but at a disadvantage. Would that mean?
Yeah, because you're essentially swinging at nothing. Oh, I need to roll one more. All right. Dro runs over here. He seems to be able to. He's able to pick up almost on where they are, without.
It's because of his cannibal vision.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he can't hit shit.
Yeah. He's been too busy just patrolling a city. All right, Rengai, you're up. I need to add these guys in. He's not actually moving there. I need to pull him down that far in order to add turn. All right. So you want to go swing in the air, Rengar?
No.
One there, and there, and there.
I'm gonna set up a little bit of defense around this area. If they come at Mim, I feel like they're gonna come at him because he's telling me where they are.
Okay. So you're just kind of walking around him, kicking and punching, hoping
Yeah.
for the best. Nah, you'll be able to tell him when they're coming in. All right. Rengar is in a defensive action, planning to attack anything that comes at Mim. All right. So Dandy, the Mim yells that the shadow pup's coming at you, and it's going to make an attack. And although you know it's coming, you pull up like your shield to try and block it, but there's no way of knowing if it's coming high or coming low, and it gets past you. So you're gonna take some damage and make a strength save. So although it hits you for 9 damage, and like you feel it like bite your leg, and it tries to rip you to the ground, you're able to like stand firm and stand strong and avoid it. And it's going to it runs past you. So make an attack of opportunity.
Do I get it with advantage or do I not?
Yes, because of your parasol thing.
I wasn't sure if that would work when attack of opportunity.
Well, when it attacked you, it revealed itself. Okay, roll damage. And it runs past you and take a big hit. Okay.
That's max damage. That's all the most that it will do.
And so like you see it like kind of cringe from the thing, but it goes into the shadow again, and it disappears. Like you're watching it go into like this darkened shadow, but like it's gone.
Someone should light this place up.
Varys?
Well, I was thinking that, but my spell has to hit something to do with dim light too. Well, I mean, there's nothing I can really do. I don't think I have a torch. Oh wow, I can move my pea. That's something.
Okay. Let's get that.
Yeah, I guess I'll just wait. I just guess I'll wait with a guiding bolt in response to an attack.
All right. So that's kind of the what you just saw from Dandy is it looks like it's these shadows, they're just making these like strafing runs, and they only reveal themselves when they are about to hit. All right, Shadow Pup 2. All right. The dog this.
Hey, when's it my turn?
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I was Go ahead, Danny. Sorry, I was thinking about your rapier strike. I wasn't thinking about that being an opportunity.
That's an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
I saw the dog go this way. I'm gonna go to about here. Maybe I don't know. I don't want to provoke an attack from him, but I won't know that. So I guess I'm gonna try to walk as close to him as I can get. Well, probably here to be as far as I go. and I'm going to try to be a little bit more proactive.
Okay.
I'm mostly trying to get far enough away from Varys that I won't hit him, so I might actually have to go one more over to do it.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, you're close enough that I'll say that. From each creature in a 50-foot cube, Constitution saving throw. +1.
Well, Jesus
oh
Christ.
my god. Okay.
It'll still get half damage from this, so I'll have to do two. I'll still do 2d8, but it'll be half damage.
All right, and I'm gonna say that like you hear like a faint like whimper, but because it wasn't pushed, I'm not gonna say that you can see it. So half. Okay.
Wow, I just used a spell slot for like 3 damage.
But you got to hit him with your rapier when I thought it was your turn. All right, so the shadow pup, it's kind of casting its gaze, like trying to figure out like its next mark, and you know it expects to not like be seen. So when it like turns to Mim and locks eyes with him, he goes in for the attack. All right, Rengar, roll an attack. All right, so the as it comes out of its shadow form, like in its going to bite at Mim, and it gets a hold of Mim's arm, but just as it does it, it takes some brass knuckles to the face. So go ahead and roll some damage.
Brass knuckles. Do you know the way?
Go ahead and roll another strike, Rengar. Because, like, if you're swinging, then you get another one. That's probably not with the rules. Huh, whatever.
I missed.
Okay. And Mim, make a strength save. And take 11 damage.
Oh God, I'm not very strong. Small person.
So when it gets a hold of its arms, even though it like feels the punch, it keeps you in its teeth, and it just like turns and like tosses you. So instead of just being knocked prone, I'm gonna say you get thrown over here.
Oh,
I mean, you're not gonna take any extra damage, but you're knocked prone. So in order to like get up from being prone, it uses half of your speed, so your movement will be limited.
I took damage to my pride.
Yeah, that's for sure. Certainly. And it runs over behind this column to the darker shadow and disappears. All right. This dog's attacking Giro. Oh, it's a miss. Giro seems to be able to feel when the dog it's breathing or something. He knows. He's able to avoid the attack. All right, Mim, you're back up. Well, you're back laying down on your turn.
I want to get up.
Okay. Half your speed.
My speed is 25. So what do I gotta do?
I mean, that's it. Like, so when you're knocked prone, like it makes it so when you take hits, like they have advantage, but then it uses half your speed to stand up. So like you only can move like 10 feet or.
So can I still take an action?
Yeah. It just interrupts your movement.
Let's see. I don't think my ghost hands will work because they're basically ghosts. I'll firebolt him.
All right.
This one over here. Looking right at him.
Okay.
Nice.
That is a hit.
Yeah, boy.
What if you would have done if I would have said that was a miss? 7 damage. All right. Giro. Let's see. What is Giro going to do? All right. So Giro's going to... Oh, I guess this dog... Wow. He's going to swing at it. I'm going to say that this one's not hidden because Giro's like engaging with it. So this dog wasn't able to get back to go invisible. So this dog in front of Giro is visible. And Rengar, you're up.
I would like to move closer to Dandolf.
I think it's Rengar, isn't it?
Oh, Rengar? I thought you said Bears. Never mind.
Rengar, what do you want to do? I'm glad you're planning ahead, right, guy. I'm all for it.
I got too excited.
Nice. Making my way downtown. Right on over to this guy, since I can see him.
Kind of hurdles over the flame.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's still not big and green.
Nah, it's not a bright flame. It's more like embers, but just like short flames over top of them. That is a miss.
I missed the Nox. Oh my.
Oh, you have a +1 on all these. Cause you got a killing blow. Still miss. Okay. Is that it? You want to use any of your key points?
No. Not yet.
All right, Dandy. You cast your Thunder Wave out, and you're kind of waiting to see like whether or not it did anything. And just then you see that like from the shadow this lunge at you, but it looks like its head has been a little bit rattled, and so you're able to like get your shield up just in time to deflect the shadow pup. But take an attack of opportunity, and it's going to disappear.
It won't be an advantage this time because he knows that it's not really an umbrella.
Yeah, he knows that you got a rapier. That's a hit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, roll damage. All right. Once again, with a light whimper, it goes back into the shadows. Varys.
All right, I'm gonna come over to Dandy, and I'm gonna smack him with my stick. I think this is the last time I can use it.
Yep.
Bada
8
bing.
plus 4 halved, so you get 6.
I get 6 back.
Yep.
What's your health still looking at?
Pretty good now.
Okay. And then
So it's about 10 feet. So this is the only one that you can see is the one that's by Giro.
oh, we can see him.
Yeah, that one's Giro's kind of engaging with it to keep it from going into the shadows.
I guess Giro's not so bad for a dirty cannibal.
If I cast like guiding bolt, would it like smack the other people around him? I don't know how that would work.
I'm not. Can you click on the spell?
Yeah, I'll just click it. Doesn't. Oh, of course it doesn't fucking. Here, let me. Here, I sent. I copied it.
No, it would just hit him. It doesn't say it does any area effect.
Well, it probably would have missed anyways. Because it's a 9.
Oh, that's your to hit?
Well, I feel like it'd be kind of cheap if I.
Meh, roll it. You didn't do that on accident. It didn't have your heart and soul. It didn't have the voice of Eldith in its ear. There you go. That's a hit.
All right. And do I get to use the inspiration, or is that gone?
The inspiration would have been on the attack. With the inspiration, well,
You mean on the roll for the attack?
yeah, that's when you would
okay.
use it.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah.
Next attack roll made against the target before the end of your next turn has advantage. All right. Oh, a flash of light streaks toward a creature. Okay, so with this flash of light that shines down it for an instant, the cave is brightened, and the other two pups can be seen. Like it shakes off their invisibility for a moment, so you can actually see all the dogs right now until they hide again in the shadows. All right, Dandy, you're up.
You can see it right
You
now.
can see all three dogs. All three shadow pups.
Take the shadow pup one down. Take him down. Down to the ground.
All right, well, this is about to be my last level 2 spell, so get ready. Because we're pretty much fucked if anything else happens. Oh, that's not how that's supposed to work.
It's a spell save, isn't it?
Yeah, I must have entered it wrong. Basically, I pick a spot, and each creature in a 10-foot sphere. I wonder if I can make this show up for you. I don't know why I entered like an attack, but it's each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point must make a Constitution saving throw. And I'm going to aim at the point between these two pups because I have 60-foot range on it, so I'll be able to hit that easy.
Okay. Shadow Pup 1. Constitution save has a +1. That's a save.
This isn't gonna like shatter that stone column and bring the roof down on our heads, is it?
All right, so so Shadow Pup 2 takes the damage, or
it's 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful. So I'll just roll both.
Okay. Holy
so one gets half of it, gets all of it.
Oh, whoops! I did the wrong thing. You might not be able to see that health bar, but it is there. Half as much, not. All right, so these these dogs are messed up.
All you gotta do is breathe on it. It'll go down.
I'm gonna roll just for a general. All right, the pillar seems to be shaking a little bit, but it's not broken.
Guys, let's commit suicide and just knock down all the pillars.
Actually, Kevin, I should have probably read this part. I don't know if you want to do anything with it. I ask if you would please not. But according to this, it said a creature made of inorganic materials such as stone, crystal, or metal has a disadvantage on the saving throw, meaning this is actually more effective on those. But Doesn't mean we have to damage the pillars or anything. I just felt like I'd be remiss if I didn't let you know.
All right. So what you're saying is the pillar has disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah,
You're saying.
but it looks like it'll still pass it. It's a real tough pillar.
Okay. So we got Shadow Pup 2. It didn't like that. It didn't like that big old move. So it's coming at you, but you can see it coming. And it's going to swing at you. It's got a +4, +5 to hit. So that's a miss. All right, and it's going. Well, it's in the dark shadow now, so I'm gonna have it. Well, make an attack of opportunity.
What, me?
Yeah.
This dog's having a hard time getting to me.
Actually, Varys probably should too. Varys, make. Wow, it's not gonna matter. All right, killing blow on the Shadow Pup.
Well, it comes at me again, and I'm like, "Ugh!" And then I say, "From hell's heart, I stab at thee," and then I poke it in where its shadow butthole should be, because it's running away from me.
Okay. It lets out a howl like you've never heard before it falls to the ground and almost seems to sink. Alright. That's dead. Shadow Pup 3. Alright, Renga, it's turning to fight you now. So it's got a +5 to hit. That's a miss. Alright. So we're back to Mim.
Alright. Guess these things can't be poisoned. This is viable to the game.
That's a hit. Alright, killing blow.
Okay. I say to the Shadow Pup, I say, I'm a 4th level known sorcerer. That means I got 6 spell slots. Now I can't remember. Did I cast 5 times? Well, question is, do you feel lucky, pup? Well, do ya? And then I just shoot him and kill him because I actually have 7 spells.
Have you been like saving that for the entire? That's all you've been doing is writing down lines.
Alright. So this Shadow Pup goes up in flames, and because of how it's because the shadow dogs, you can't be killed by fire and still go to heaven. So this pup's not going to heaven.
Oh no!
It's not going to Shadow Pup heaven.
I guess all dogs don't go to heaven.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow, wow.
All right, Giro, he's swinging. He hits him. Probably +2 on this. All right. He does some damage for the first time. And I'm going to say he grappled it, so he's holding on to it. It's going to make a strength save.
You work, Dr. Giroux.
Ooh, it failed. Okay, so Giroux is pretty much riding this dog. He's got it all grappled up.
Damn, Giroux.
All right, Renga, you're up.
Yeah. Big money, no whammy.
It actually hits because you have a +1 from getting a killing blow earlier.
Oh yeah.
So that,
Come on.
there it
There we
is.
go. Oop. I clicked it a couple times.
Yeah, because it didn't go through. I got you. I'll take the first one. Next hit.
That shouldn't happen.
Or next swing, I guess. That's a hit. Alright, Jero's holding him back, and you're just
I'm going all the
pummeling him.
way.
Oh, you're going key
We're-
point?
Yep.
Bringing the flurry.
Yeah.
It's a hit.
Oh yes.
Big money, big money, big money. Alright, killing blow.
Yeah. So Jero's got him in like a headlock or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna that first one, the 21, was a hit right in the forehead or right in the nose, and then it like blinked, and then I punched it in the eye or poked it in the eye with its eye socket closed.
Alright. There you go. Alright, so as this... Oh, I can't give it the right status effect. Alright, so Jero kind of rides this dog down to the ground and stands over it. He's still kind of beat up from his hit that he took earlier. I don't have a health bar for him, but he's a little beat up from the hit that he took. But he's kind of standing there proud because he was able to, fight in the shadows like not like the rest of you were, and these dogs are laying before him. The altar sits there barren. You feel no pull. You feel no emanation of power from it. The embers that were burning, like this green, have died down to the smolder that they were before, in this orange. And you turn and look towards the entrance of the cavern, and the faint glow that was coming from the rest of the cavern seems to no longer be there. And only now, after the battle is over, do you start to hear some like screams, and they're not screams of necessarily like they're being attacked or anything like that, but it's more screams of like fear, like, and whimpering coming like from the other part of the cavern. You look to the tied up louse who's been sitting here this whole time, like tied to one of these columns, and I'm gonna say it's not one there where he would have taken damage from all the shatter and whatnot. But anyways, so he's tied, looking at this battle. He's looking at this, like, he's looking around. And you can tell that he's no longer trying to scream out. You can tell that he's just like wide-eyed at like everything that's just happened. But he also looks at Varys, who is now looking at this beacon that's sitting in his hand. And now that this bond has been broken, that this beacon had with this cave, he can begin to hear the whispers of Eldeth, like through the amplifier. So, Raga, make a religion check. You put the beacon in your bag.
That sounds about right.
You become an atheist.
What's
immediately.
this thing called, Kevin? Just like a god beacon or something? I don't know.
Sure. There's 8
It's
of them, so I feel like we
it's a
can't call them
freaking
like
beacon.
the emeralds.
But
if there were 7, we could call them emeralds. But
You said there's 8 of them? How about Octopussy?
no.
They're
We
freaking
can call 'em
beacons.
How about Octogod?
Octo beacons. No. Just put God beacon. That's fine.
How about Piece of 8?
god beacon number 1.
Yeah, that's good. All right, so what do you guys want to do?
I think we need to get the fuck out of here as fast as we can before these people get pissed off. and find Louse. Or should we talk to Louse? Anybody have any thoughts?
I don't know. We could talk to him.
I guess we don't really care. We're keeping the God Beacon.
Yeah, we could talk to him.
We can tell these people they're now part of Emperor Doyle's kingdom.
Grandma Doyle, the Doyle Doctrine. Everyone gets a toilet.
He's
Hey.
being upgraded to Emperor Doyle, and now they have the colonies.
Stefan,
Yeah.
do you think Grand Moff Doyle calls his mom's mom Grandma Doyle?
No, that's a stupid joke, and I don't like it.
That's one of the ways to heard.
It'd make more sense if it was a Moff you knew of, like Tarkin, so you could say Grandma Tarkin. It's like, you may fire when ready, darling.
Sorry, everybody.
All right, well, I guess we can talk to what's his face.
Do you want to intimidate him?
But he just witnessed us kick ass.
That's true.
Yeah, I feel like that would already be pretty intimidating. And I said, I guess I could try to intimidate him again. Are you like using what we've done?
Because he seems worried, so it'd be nice to know if if this was protecting this place or.
All right, bear with me. There you go.
All right.
That looks like a louse.
I'm like, all right, louse. You've seen the kind of hell we can rain upon our enemies. So here's what's gonna happen. We're taking that God box. We're gonna go about our business. And you guys are gonna go about your business here underground. What do you think? He peed.
I'm assuming you're gonna remove the thing so he can talk.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Whatever you say. He's shaking his boots.
All right, gang.
Fuck 'em.
It was a pleasure doing business with you, Laos. I hope that you don't accidentally get bombed when America goes to war with Vietnam.
Hey,
It's got
Kevin.
an X on the end. It's louse.
Well, either way.
Kevin, can we see the corpses of the animals here, or are they like invisible again?
You can see the corpses. I mean, the one
Okay,
was
then
pretty-
I'm going to take the head off this dog here.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll anything to get the head?
Yeah, roll survival. See how well you skin them and stuff. All right. Yep, you got the head. Pretty clean.
All
cut.
right.
It's a little singed though from the fireball that it took.
That makes sense. I'm going to put it onto my shield. I'm gonna work it into my shield a little bit.
All right. Do you want to do that now? Because that might take a little bit of time.
No, I'll do it when we have a moment.
All right. So as you guys leave this cavern, you're getting closer to the rest of the cavern, and Rengal looks out and he sees nothing. All of the glow from the Illuma-like the moss that covered everything is just all that glow is dissipated. The others with dark vision, you go out there and you can see like all these people covered, like cowering, like yelling about what happened. They're going up to, you can see people going up to the moss and pulling it off, and they're trying to eat it, and it's just like they spit it right back out like it's like this gross thing, and like they're all like, what happened? And then a few of them are like, them over there, they did this, they're responsible. But like as you look around, you also see like there's a couple that are freaking out enough that they're starting to run up towards the elevator. So in this huge cavern, like you're standing on the one side, everyone's kind of standing off in front of you to the left, and they're starting to come like a group of the masses is starting to come towards you. A lot of them are kind of just crying and like they've never seen this. They've been down here for hundreds of years, centuries, and like something like this has never happened. And now you look at the path that's almost never traveled up to the elevator because like no one's ever left except Pell, and that now like people are wanting to leave. They're wanting to get out because they're frightened of what's happening. So a couple are coming up to you like, "You, what have you done? You did this. Where's Laos?"
He gave us our blessing, his blessing to head out. He's in there, in the room in there doing stuff. I bet it was him who did this. Honestly, he was messing around with some stuff. I don't know.
He took this thing off a pedestal. We tried to stop him.
He was gonna put it in the Kool-Aid.
Oh my god. Okay. Roll persuasion.
Who's got persuasion? Dandy, do you have good persuasion?
Yeah.
Okay, I pat you on the.
You're giving him the guidance.
I pat him on the back while I'm like pretending like I'm just resting my hand on his shoulder.
Roll the d4.
So 20.
All right, so you're able to deflect like the blame quite a bit, and you're like, oh yeah, he's back there, he's in that cavern, and as you like kind of turn and look, you notice that Giraud isn't with you.
Oh fuck! Well, we gotta leave Giraud, guys.
But shortly thereafter, Giraud comes around the corner and he's putting his bag on his back. He's like, "Oh, what's the plan?"
You got some blood on his face or anything?
Nah.
We gotta get going, Jero. We gotta get out of here.
Hey,
And,
great idea. Sooner the better.
part of my persuasion too is I'm gonna say one last thing, like, hey, you guys should reconsider being underground. Looks like this place is going straight to hell, but there's a great city ruled by a wonderful carpenter named Graham Moff Doyle, and he's welcoming and what's the word I'm thinking of? He's a benevolent ruler with nothing but love for his community.
All right, a couple of that are over there crying. They hear this, and like it looks like they kind of are just following whatever path they can. So they hurry over and they're packing a few things, and but you still see those up near the elevator, and they're pulling the crank to get the elevator down. So you see Winsk's kind of like deformed face, and he kind of hobbles over, and he's like, "So we're not staying? This isn't the way?" Like, he's the
who Winsk is.
Winsk is the stone man that you made not stone, who wanted.
Oh, yeah.
He was trying to save his boo
I
from the
forgot about him.
basilisk.
Still stone.
Yeah,
Still alive.
yeah, he's still alive.
Oh, yeah, Winsk, you don't want to hang out here. It's gonna be bad.
All right. And Pell he's furious because he's been gone for so long, and he led you guys back to like his home, and he finally felt like accepted again, and he comes up to you with his music box still playing Hotel California, and he's like, why would you take this from me?
I'm gonna Okay, well, good work.
Varys has got
I'm
it.
gonna say to him, "Hey, man, we didn't know this would happen.
He has to
It's
make
kind of your buddy's fault for not knowing. It's kind of Louse's fault."
Oh my god, he passed.
Yep, well, he's not gonna go for that one. But
I know that's not true. I know you're trying to mess with my mind.
all right. Well,
So he kind of he straightens himself out. And he reaches on his back for his machete.
Don't try it, old man.
I wanna tell him to stand back and let us through with a big booming voice, and I want the floor to start trembling. And I'll say, my goddess has told us to come here, and all right, guys, you gonna fight him?
No,
Flex
I'm going over to help them bring the elevator down quicker.
Oh, okay.
Good move.
All right. So Ranga goes up to help them with the elevator, and they're kind of trying. They're starting to jump up, like they're trying to climb aboard, and they're like, "Okay, let's go up." And you kind of stand there holding the lever for everybody else, and this boom, because Pell's blind. It's super effective, and it like knocks him back, and he puts his machete back, and he just kind of like puts his hands to his head, and he like he drops his music box and just walks away.
Yeah, you better run, bitch.
He drops
Someone-
his music box.
Someone
Dandy,
grab that for me.
Dandy, grab the music box.
I'm gonna grab the music box.
All right.
Do I have to roll a grab?
No, just roll it. Just add a Hotel California music box to your inventory.
Ooh, that's handy.
Handy
can
is
have-
dandy.
We can have that play instead of Dandy performing.
No, you cannot.
All right, so it looks like you've got quite a few followers that are willing to go with you outside the cave. But
I'm gonna boom in my voice to all those who want to live a prosperous life, follow the Ruff Ryderz to freedom.
But then the group that was angry and went to that you persuaded to go look at Laos, they come back screaming, "Oh my! Laos! He's tied up! He's missing an arm! They took his arm!"
That's simply untrue.
Drill's like, "Well, time to go, boys."
That's just nonsense. We wouldn't have taken anyone's arm. We're not animals.
But
So-
they're
All right, let's go.
All right, so it looks like they're going to grab some some arms and whatnot. But you guys hop on the elevator and you're ready to take it up. You want to sabotage it at all, or?
guys, this seems
Yes,
like a Ruff
yes,
Ryderz thing to
sabotage.
do is to cut the rope.
All right.
Sabotage his elevator.
All right. So
Leave us buried
as you're
for
starting to go
1,000
up,
years.
you cut the counterweight and leave the rest of the mostly elves, well, pretty much all elves, down below, trapped in this cavern. Their only source of nutrition destroyed. Their light gone. Just trapped in this cave with the stench of a poisonous dog rotting in the back corner.
They had all the chances to come
They
with
had,
us.
they had the chances.
And nobody's going to be able to find out about this because they'll all be dead, so it doesn't matter.
I'm sure they'll find a way to burrow underground, and they'll be like underground every single place. Like any area we go, find a cave, it'll go downstairs, and they'll be down there.
Oh yeah.
It's like a huge reach. It's really dark down there. It's like we'll call it Black Reach, and it'll essentially just be every single dungeon will lead down there for some reason.
Yep. You thwarted my you thwarted the rest of my campaign.
Yeah, why the hell are
Although
you
to
eating
be fair,
Kevin
by
Eagles?
then they'll all be blind because it'll take them a long time to get it done. So
All right, so you come you this elevator is packed with the followers. Pell's not among them. Winsk is there. He's got his whole bit of deformness going on, but he's always like, what if we're not staying here? We need to go back. We need to go back for my wife.
But Wince, we don't have another spell to get her free, so we have to go get one of those first, buddy.
But that's just it. We can take her to the spell. We've got enough people here. We can carry her. We can carry her to a spell.
What's in it for us?
Well, here's the problem. We don't have. We had to leave in a hurry. We don't have any way to get her there safely. What if? Oh, okay. Here's an idea. Don't you understand, Winsk? It's a dangerous journey and a long journey, and obviously the damage that is sustained to somebody in rock form transitions to them when they're freed from it. Do you really want to try to risk your wife being dragged to where we can find a spell when she'd easily be dropped and broken?
So he accepts what you're saying, but he also kind of like looks and he's like, "What do you mean, damage to the rock form? Like, what are you trying to say?"
You're all fucked up, dude.
Okay.
I thought
There it is.
known.
There it is. Okay.
I thought this was a known thing. I didn't know that. Were we not talking about it? I don't know.
It's not like he has a mirror.
You can see his
He
belly.
can feel it. It's on. Oh yeah, that's true. Okay.
Can't eat, man.
Yeah, dribbling everything. All right. So the rest of these elves, they're kind of like covering their eyes. This light is just like blinding. You know, like they've lived years, like decades and centuries underground, like with only this bioluminescent moss, and like now, like even the stuff that they had packed and prepared is just this mush that's like impossible to eat.
Oh, I want to do
roll
something.
a religion check.
Who, me?
Yeah, Raga.
Last time I did this was bad. It's still not good.
Okay. So as you kind of step out, you see this drop. You turn your head to the sky and you feel this drop of water. And as it hits to your hand, it crystallizes, and you recognize this as like it's a tear of Eldith. And so it's not like worth much, but when it strikes your hand, you get this quick flash of some like this cavern that they had, that you get a quick flash of the person setting up this beacon, the god beacon down below, preparing this trap for everyone to, that was meant to like suck them in, but you're not quite clear on the rest of the trap.
So it was like what we were just at?
Yeah, what you were just at. So like
That's
the
kinda
idea
like
is that this, you
past
get this
something.
flash, like like Eldith crying, like as a she's, like this beacon was set up as a trap, and that's why she was pushing you to grab it, pushing you to take it, because like
It was not good.
this trap needed to be ended.
Well, we freed them of their mortal soul.
I guess then we could have just put it back then because the trap was sprung, but we didn't know that at the time.
So when it was laid there, it was bonded. Like so, like the person who bonded it, like he was like definitely like an agent of the god Tahir, that they this god of darkness and poison, and so like when the beacon was placed, it was like essentially bonded to that god, and so like when you guys came, you broke that bond, and now that's allowing like Eldith to kind of be through it. I mean, it's not bonded to Eldith yet, but it's like the idea is that these beacons were created just as amplifiers to like I said last time, like they were created to kind of help. Like as gods were starting to like disappear in their influence, the gnomes created these to help amplify it, so that gods would no longer be like forgotten in the world.
Okay, can I do something, Kevin? I'm
Yeah.
gonna run it by you. You'll have to tell me if it's something I can attempt.
All right.
So I have this manticore headdress, which is a lot of I imagine there's a lot of fabric and stuff included with it because I kind of had it adorned quite a bit.
Okay.
And I have 50 feet of rope. Is there any way that I could rig up some kind of like cloth visors or something to give to the elves, like to help like shade their eyes a little bit until they're used to being out in the sun? Because that one dude went blind this way, and we don't want to fucking dozen blind ass elves walking through a goddamn desert with us.
Yeah. Yeah. You give them. Yeah. You have to cut a little bit off of it, so it won't be quite as an elaborate of a headdress. But
How many elves went with us?
roll a d20. Yeah, that's good.
Baker's dozen.
Um, I'm gonna have to. I think I don't know how big was the headdress. I'm gonna have to give it up.
I don't know. Headbands wouldn't take too much to just like go over their eyes.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I'll say that I saw the headdress, but it's now more like a head cover. It's
Yeah.
not really as adorned.
Yeah.
I'll change it to head cover.
Okay.
So now I feel a little better about having ruined these people's lives because at least I'm helping them now.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to wherever we're going, guys. Everyone.
All right. So so you know like having paid attention to like the path out, you know like the directions that you need to go, but now that you're not being guided by Pell, you can choose to travel at night by the star to help you with um, direction a little bit more easily than relying on the sun. So if you travel at night, you'll be much more likely to not get lost. Also, the elves
Then
will
we will
probably appreciate
travel
it.
at night,
All right.
and I will. Mm, I'm going to give up three of my four water skins to the group so that the people who we have with us don't die.
Okay. All right. So,
And I'll roll survival checks depending on how long the journey takes, if that's necessary.
yep. All right. So, you venture off into the desert with these 13 elves in tow. They like as you know, like as night begins to fall, they lift up their headbands that and they let their eyes adjust and they can actually see and like be traveling well with you guys. So like you guys make pretty good time. You're traveling across the desert, not terribly hot, and as you know, go ahead and use up a ration, and you like as the sun begins to rise the next day, they put their visors down and you guys set up like a little bit of a camp. Um, so
Hey, Ryan,
Yeah.
or Varys.
Yeah.
I gave away a couple of water skins. And we have a lot of people with us. It sure would be cool if someone had a hard on for a good water goddess. Might be able to summon a little bit of.
Before we camp for the night, I
We're camping
take.
for the day this time.
Oh, will that replenish spell slots?
as long as you sleep.
It's
I'm
just a
gonna-
rest. It doesn't matter what time of day we do
Okay,
it.
here we go. We're gonna fill up some jugs. I got 3 jugs.
All right.
I'm gonna fill them up, and I'm gonna, I guess, refill the 3 that Andy gave out, and then anybody else need topped off.
All right. How do you want to go about doing this? Are you gonna have like a little like communion, or are you gonna?
Everybody can have it. I'm just gonna say that, my goddess is kind, and whether you believe or not, you may share
Come
in her
around.
blessings.
Yeah. Okay.
Share in her blessings.
All right.
Except Jero, because he ate a guy's arm today, so he doesn't.
We don't know that. You have to role play. You have
There's
to play
roll
the-
insight.
What was funny is that Kevin said the people of the cave were gonna go grab arms, and all I could think of was they just went to grab the guy's arm.
Oh
that he-
my god. Thank you for not bringing that up at the time.
Okay, who's rolling it? Am I rolling insight? Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, he did it.
So you turn and look at Jero. You turn and look at Jero, and he's like kind of standing there. What?
Okay, I'm gonna go over to Jero. I'm gonna give him some water, but I'm gonna whisper in his ear. If you eat anybody next, eat Winsk, because he's annoying.
Oh no! Yeah.
gonna
Plus,
walk
then if we kill Winsk, then we can go get his wife, and then she's for us now.
Oh my god.
For him. Let's take Winsk's wife.
All right. I thought maybe destroying an entire underground civilization would maybe fill your like kind of evil quota for the neutral group, but it's cool.
It
You
was
do
the one that
you.
started it. It was the burning of the people in that douchebag group or whatever.
I was just trying to play an orc with dubious morals. There's nothing wrong with
That's
that.
fine. I mean, you guys are neutral. Like that's all good.
He set us
All
on
these
the path.
things, all these things are going to be in a published novel eventually.
All right.
Just
So,
change the name to protect the innocent.
so
The
My
innocent?
name's
all right. So everyone
Iris.
recover their spell slots and all that stuff from a long rest. And on the next day, as you're walking through the next night, everyone who ate the
stuff.
Illuminalichen make a Constitution save.
Oh, you fucker.
I knew it was gonna come back.
Oh, God.
I don't remember, did I?
A lot of people didn't. I thought that maybe Rengar and I might be the only ones who did.
Oh, I definitely ate that shit. I
I
enjoyed it.
think he did.
All right, so like as it's night, it's barely lit from the stars, but like as you're walking, Rengar turns and kind of looks, and he's like kind of looking around, and he realizes that he can't really see any of his friends beside him, and then Dandy, who you have dark vision, right? So you're walking, you can actually see things typically, but you notice that things start to fade as you're walking in this and then you start hearing the murmurs from these other elves as they you see some of them, they're waving their hands in front of their eyes, and the murmurs begin to get a little bit more panicked, and it happens. It's all of them. It's not just a few. It's not from the blinding light. It's all of them have succumbed to this blindness. And Renga and Dandy, you're getting these, your vision's incredibly faded for the time being.
Guess I'll need some spectacles before too long.
I'm gonna give these elves some Polance pickles. I have a few left. I'm gonna split them up among them and say, eat these pickles, and maybe they'll help. And that's the last of my Polance pickles. So we got to go back to Polance.
Okay.
Wasting all of them.
I'm amazed that you guys still have them, because I feel like you throw them out at every opportunity.
I got a lot at one time.
I
You
still
got
have
pockets.
some
I forgot
too.
you guys got pockets full. How many
Yeah, I've
Yeah, I had
pickles
a
could
ton
fit in
of
a pocket?
pickles, and I
forgot
refill every time I go to town.
Okay. All right. So how do you guys want to deal with 13 blind elves and 2 blind PCs?
Get a rope.
Should we
Don't
entrust,
worry, I have a 50-foot rope.
should we entrust them to Jiro?
All right. So you guys are gonna pull it like.
No, we'll not say anything to Jiro.
So Giro, Mim, and Varys are the only ones who can see right now.
All right.
Even Winston can't see?
You guys, All-
He partaked in it, so he's having that faded effect like you are.
Hey,
yeah,
who
Shiro
has-
will watch over everyone while me and Varys go to town to get help.
No!
who
No,
has,
don't leave this with Jiro.
who has the California box?
I do.
We should give it to me, and I'll just lead and just follow Hotel California, and I'll guide us the way that we need to go.
Okay, fine. I'll give that to you. It's a good idea. I still think just having you hold on to a 50-foot rope and having us all stand single file and follow you would have also been a good idea. But yeah, let's do the one where we do sound and we have no idea what the terrain's like. Let's do that one.
Well, how's the rope going to help you know what the terrain's like?
Because at least we know we're not walking off a cliff. It's a
Well-
desert.
When the first elf
Well, you're
falls
following-
and tugs on the rope,
These
Well,
people
no.
are blind. They're going to be so good at listening to Hotel California.
All right, fine. We'll do the Hotel California plan, but if I get any damage, I'm going to leave this party.
Okay, I throw the box on the floor and I step on it because Dandy's being such a bitch about it.
Oh shit! I
Does
give
he
you
actually do
guys. I give you guys the most meta of items. And
Wait, is he actually breaking it?
yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely out of the party now. As soon as I get my vision back, it's full on PvP.
All right, so you guys are doing it like preschoolers in a city. You got the rope with the handles, and everyone kind of holds on. You've
Yep.
got one person in front who can see, and one person in back who can see, and you've got everyone in between. 13 elves, a half orc, a human monk, and
What is this?
a deformed man.
What is this?
We'll be able to hide our numbers.
Yeah.
Isn't that the snake thing?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
that's
wait.
the that's Tahir's that's the symbol of Tahir, the snake shaped like a snake shaped like a dagger.
Can I break that off and take it?
Yeah, I'll say you can have that. You can add that to your inventory. I mean, we're gone long past this. I just
Okay.
keeping it. I'll say you could have done that.
Did he really break my music box?
Now, Dandy, come over here. I need to talk to you. Come over here.
Did you really break my music
This
box?
this is between you and me. Come over here. We're gonna talk.
I'm gonna roll attack with disadvantage.
No, come over here. No, come over. Dandy, get
I mean, you
over here.
can't see that he broke it.
I grab Dandy's arm, pull him over here, and I tell him, "You motherfucker! I'm gonna kill you if you don't stop this shit." I say, "Listen, Dandy, I didn't break your fucking box, but if you embarrass me like that again in front of everybody, I will." And I shove it into his hands,
Okay,
and I walk away.
well played. Tricked a blind man.
But little did he know that my hands are still covered in piss, so now he has.
Oh no!
Okay. All right, so you make it through another day, and Jiro, he's kind of like floating, like as you guys are guiding everyone through the desert. He's kind of like floating around, just kind of keeping an eye out for things. Always keeping his eye out on you. And like when the sun starts to come up the next day, for you guys to rest, he comes up and he's like we might be. I think we're getting followed. I think there's something out there.
Can you smell it?
He can see. He's
Well, I'm blind, so I don't know what's going on.
all right. So Varys says, "Take the reins, man," and gives the reins to Jiro, and goes to like look around, and he sees like he sees off in the distance something like burrow quickly into the sand, and he can see like the tracks from like where it came. judging by like how quickly it burrowed and you just got a tail end of the back, it looked like it was like a some sort of scorpion, but it looked way too big to be a regular scorpion.
We got some Fallout scorpions, guys. Some rad scorpions, I guess is what they're called.
Is it Scorponok from the first Transformers?
Maybe.
All right. So how do you want to do the rest thing for the night
I'm
with this
going to
information?
I would
for the
like
day.
to stand guard.
All right. Are you telling everybody this information? You're gonna keep it to the party members?
It's the party members only, 'cause
Okay.
we don't need to scare the dumb people.
I think we should force march.
So I'm gonna spend this rest feeding my cat real quick. I'll be back.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab some pretzels. So
I don't think we should rest.
You think getting your blood pumping doing a forced march through the desert sun will get that through your system more quickly?
Well, how far out are we? It was only a couple days march the first time, right? We must be pretty close.
You're making pretty good time. You're probably about halfway.
Well, I guess we do have to rest then, but we're gonna die. So
What? No. You want me to show you? Oh, there's Schnard. He's eating some chips. Can you wave? Can you wave? Hello. All right, Mim, what do you think? How do you want to do this? You're one of the awake ones, or the seeing ones.
I guess I gotta take a watch at some point. These blind people sure can't.
All right. So Varys he just needs to meditate for 4 hours. So his watch, it'll be a shorter one in order to get a full rest. But you guys also have spell slots and whatnot, so you don't not really need a full rest. Oh, let's not play with the pen. No, thank you. All right. Well, I'll say you guys make watch for the night or for the day, and there's no sign yet of it coming, but your vision's also not back yet. So going into the next night, you just have to still do the rope pull, like so. You're going into the next night, but this time Varys and Mim and Jero are a lot more wary and watching their backs because they know that there's something stalking them and they believe it's still to be so.
I thought they share it with the party.
Well, yeah, but you guys can't watch for them.
Oh yeah.
You can listen for them. You can smell for them. Let me try and taste them. What do you think? Alright, go ahead, Renga and Dandy, go ahead and make another Constitution save. Ugh. I need to get to a screen where I can see it. Alright, Dandy, you can feel your vision starting to come back as the day's march goes on.
Yes, finally.
But Renga is still pretty rough. And
Dandy, you should start playing Blinded by the Light.
We weren't reminded about plants. It'd be more likely I should play. She blinded me with science.
She blinded me with science.
Alright, so Renga's still mostly blind. You're going into the march. How do you want to deal with this thing stalking you? Do you just want to keep trying to like stay ahead of it and hope that it doesn't attack during the day, or what's the kind of verdict on that?
We can leave it a sacrifice.
That is a thing. You could leave a sacrifice.
Talking about the scorpion?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we could put up like a scarecrow or something with the head of that dog I killed.
Dog bear.
I'm gonna try to put up a scorpion. Or not a scorpion, a scarecrow looking thing, using the dog's head and some debris around me.
Okay. So you.
What is that going to accomplish?
It's gonna scare the scorpion. It won't want to chase us because it'll see someone with a dog head looking at it.
It's a scare scorpion.
Like scorpions are scared of dog-headed people?
We have no idea.
I don't know, dude. It could be like, you know how Scorpion King was afraid of Anubis in the movie The Mummy Returns? I think it's probably transitive. Maybe he's a jackal-headed god. Same idea.
I do have a wooden boar in my inventory.
I don't know that that'll scare a scorpion. It just doesn't have a dog head on it. What would I roll for this? Would I roll performance
Sure.
or deception?
I'm gonna bet
performance
it's not gonna work. It's not gonna do anything.
Or I could do deception, I
Go ahead
guess.
and roll deception. See how well this.
This is a very unfortunate
Alright, so
dog
you
scarecrow.
built this dog scarecrow. It looks like it's kind of peeking out from like this debris that you have come across, and as you're walking away, you kind of keep an eye off, and you happen to glance back, right, and you see this flick, and you see the dog head just go flying through the air.
Should use the boar.
That was a waste of my dog head. I'm
Yes.
going back for it. Do I have to get into
my.
combat?
Roll initiative.
No, I'm not going back for it. I'm just kidding. But I am sad. Let the record show I'm sad.
All right.
Hey guys, I say we just take care of this fucking thing. Wow.
I'm blind. I'm blind.
That's true. Shit. Well, we gotta wait till Rango's fixed.
Tell Wince to go fight it.
Wins, prove yourself.
We could
If you
try
come
to-
back, we'll go get your wife and
I
we'll
was gonna
fix her.
We could deceive him and say that the venom of the scorpion can heal his girlfriend.
We're not evil, guys. Like, we can't be lying to everyone all the time.
I'll allow it. I mean,
Would it even slow it down? He's got nubs for fingers. What's he gonna do?
Well,
He's got nub hands. Can he even grab a sword?
how long?
We're
can
both
he-
at disadvantage on every attack.
what'd you say, Tim?
He'll feast on his remains while we leave.
No, we're not sending our buddy Windscoff to fight this thing and die. If it gets to us, we'll fight it, but I don't think it will. I think that we've shown that it respects our privacy and a healthy separation from us.
Hey Kevin,
It's just chilling out there.
I want to hang out at the back of the pack and kind of keep watch for this thing.
Okay.
Almost like I'm walking kind of backwards.
Yep.
Craned.
I gotcha.
Backwards, man.
So, Danny, you gonna play us like a marching tune or something?
Yeah, there hasn't been a single song so far on this.
I'll do a version of the ants go marching in by the elves. The elves go marching in, hurrah, hurrah. The elves go marching 2 by 2, hurrah. One of them stops to do something he can't because he's blind, and we keep marching.
All right. Roll initiative.
What? They want to fight me over that song? Well, that's a little harsh, I would say. I do say. Oh my God. Oh no.
Oh, God!
Okay, 2
Let's
crit
take the battle.
fails on.
I start the battle prone for some reason.
Alright. Alright, 2 crit fails. Okay, I'm gonna say that like, even though Varys is watching for this thing, it comes in at like this blinding speed. Like,
Holy.
I know you're not about to give this thing a fucking surprise round on us.
it 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 tags one of the elves.
No! Is that not enough to satisfy its bloodlust?
Oh, Giant Scorpion 5. There's 4 more of them.
Maybe that's just his name. You don't know. We don't know their culture.
Maybe that's just his generation. Like,
He's the 5th one in the line.
Yeah, the other ones are dead.
It should be a V.
Jeez. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna say it attacks two of the blind elves, takes them out, and then I'll roll initiative for it.
Oh well.
All right, so you've got 2 elves that are.
I clicked something on accident. I'm definitely not planning on doing it.
Yeah, sure. All right, so all right, Varys, it's coming at you. He gets 3 attacks.
Wait a second. Gets 3 attacks on me,
Yeah,
and I was the only one fucking looking for it.
yeah, it sees you as a threat.
That's great.
So it's not going to attack me at all because I don't even know where the
It's not
hell it
going to
is.
attack the 20 blind people. It's going to attack the guy.
It already
looking
attacked
at
the 20 blind people
Okay.
while they were. But you're looking at it and doesn't like that.
It only killed like 2 blind people.
Well, I'm not quite dead yet. It's a +4, so I'm pretty sure that's a hit. Yeah. All right. All right. So make a strength check, right guy. All right. It's got you grabbed in its pincer. So it actually bites at it. It grabs another elf with its other claw, and it sends a stinger at another elf. But you're grappled in its pincer.
Well, how much damage do I take? Is it 5?
Yeah. But you'll have to break free before you can do anything. So go ahead and on your turn make a strength check.
You've got to break free.
What was that face? That was a weird face, kiddo. Oh, he's grumpy. Varys, you gotta make another strength check for your turn. Oh my goodness. I'm guessing he's not there. All right, Rengo.
Hey, holy roller.
Rengo, what do you want to do? Blind man swinging. You can hear the screams. You can hear you can feel the pull on the rope as like these elves are locking up. So you can't keep walking and keep hold of the rope.
I'm gonna walk over here and just throw a punch out.
All right, roll to hit.
About to knock out Joel.
All right, you don't hit any of your own guys, but I'm not gonna say you hit them either. All right, Dandy, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna do talk to animals.
You just said you weren't gonna do it.
I was fucking lying.
I don't see a lion.
All right.
No, you know what? I'm not going to, because every time I talk to a thing, it never works out.
It's because
It's not like I'm going to
they
be able.
have to have a certain amount of intelligence in order to get it, and a lot of times you choose critters that don't have enough intelligence.
Like that
So you're
squirrel.
saying an arthropod here won't have the sort of knowledge necessary to
Oh, wow,
communicate
that
with me?
squirrel throwback. That was like 7 months ago, 6 months ago.
What was that?
He's just talking about the squirrel. That was like 6 months ago.
Oh, the one that we.
I went and unlocked the door for you. Or
Yeah.
something. Tried to.
Was that the first? I think that was like the first time.
I'm guessing this thing.
No, I
This
think
thing.
the deer was the first time.
Oh yeah, I
Would
forgot about the deer.
spontaneous laughter work on this, or is it not? Is it not an intelligent enough creature?
Roll insight.
Scorpions laugh?
I don't know. The dog did.
Quit going after my cards.
No.
That was a
Scorpion
waste.
will not
That was-
laugh.
That was a waste of a good roll, and I'm probably gonna choke all over everything else. Then I'm gonna do. Shatter. Oh, it's not popping up.
All right. Constitution save, right?
Yeah, but I'm gonna pick. Hold on, I gotta look at the.
Don't look at the die roll. Cover it up with your cursor, but don't look at it.
Huh?
Nothing. I didn't roll anything.
I was just saying I wanted to look at the range because I want to make sure I hit behind the scorpion, but it's so big.
It's holding
it's
on
not
to.
gonna-
It's got Varys in its pincer, so you're gonna hit Varys if you hit the scorpion.
But what if I do? Look, there's like it's only got 10-foot radius. What if I hit right behind it? Can I? I can't just hit its bum. I have to hit the whole thing.
If you hit it, you're gonna hit Varys because it's being grappled by it.
But Varys didn't get a chance to roll his escape. He might have escaped before my turn.
We'll never know.
Well, how about if Varys
ahead.
rolls to escape?
Just go ahead and do it, man.
Varys, roll a strength save.
But it's not my turn.
Varys roll for
You
save,
were supposed to roll it on your turn.
and you were first in the order because all of us rolled booty.
All right, Varys breaks free. Shatter. He fails the check. What's the damage? 3d8 something?
Yeah, it's 3d8 thunder damage.
Roll it.
I'm confused. How did I?
you went first, but you weren't here, so you escaped before all this happened.
Oh, and of course I rolled the garbage for the roll here. Like, it's supposed to be one of my most powerful spells.
All right, so the shatter, it hits the scorpion and it feels it, but like, so it's kind of like glances around like, and it grabs two of the elves and turns around and skitters off, dragging the two elves behind it. And they're
Maybe
still
we should
alive. They're
just-
screaming.
Make a pile of elves and just hightail it out of here.
All right, so you're down to 11 elves with 2 injured severely.
So basically a meal for Jiro.
We're not gonna let that happen.
If they're injured severely, what good are they?
They're alive, aren't they? So none of the humans that came with us like left either. They stayed behind with the elves.
Sure, they're with you.
Well, I built up a lot of goodwill with them because I like shared my water with them on the way over and
All
stuff.
right, I'll say that there are 3 humans that you have goodwill with.
Well, we better.
And their blindness has worn off now as well.
So we can like that scorpion's gone now.
Yeah, I took 2 of the bodies with you. It should be enough to. With that insight save, I say it should be enough to quench its hunger for a time.
Hey guys, I think that should be enough to satisfy its hunger for right now.
All right.
Wow.
So you keep venturing on. The blindness wears off for you and the other humans that are with you. You still have the 11 the 11 elves that are blind, following you blindly, and they you make it back. Like you leave the sandy dunes behind you where the scorpion was. You come onto the more rough terrain, and as you're venturing forward, you start seeing the scraggly vegetation start to pop up, and you see Sal Baracco in the distance, and upon reaching Sal Baracco, an arrow whizzes by, and it strikes this like almost like this prairie dog looking thing, and you see Navina come out of hiding, and she comes and she goes and picks up the prairie dog, and she said, "Oh, wasn't sure if you guys were dead or not. Well, glad to have you back. Just a heads up,
Good to be back.
Wenderlum's he's going a little crazy."
Who?
Wenderlum, he's the shaved dwarf with the scraggly black hair that was kind of brought him on as like a just a random extra hand on the ship. He hung out in the crow's nest trying to keep to himself quite a bit. But she said
He's our wild card.
Yeah, wild card. Wild card Wendelum. He's going a little bit crazy.
Well, we can get ready to set sail so he won't have to go bonkers anymore.
All right, so you get back to the ship, and they have a little camp set up on the shore, like beside the ship. But you look and you see Ashton standing with a shield in his hand on the side of the ship, overlooking it. And Navina kind of describes it like, "Oh yeah, he hasn't left the ship. I mean, it's been like 2 weeks almost, and he stays there. Sometimes we relieve him for a couple hours, but he refuses to get off the ship because those were his like standing orders." And Giraud sees Ashton sees Giraud coming, and he just kind of shakes his head because he was not a fan of the whole Giraud thing. And Wenderlum, he comes up to you and he's like, "If you guys are gonna leave for that long, I need something to do. I can't just sit here."
Well, I'll tell Wenderlum that next time we'll bring you with us. You can see some shit, man. You can see some shit.
And Murdrag's like, "Man, that'll get him to shut his yap. He's just been blabbering on. Like, this is perfect. Sit around, do nothing for 2 weeks, got food. Oh, that's great. I hope we do more of this."
At least Mudrog's happy. Murdrog. What is Honey Lynn the one that we know, the one that's like the cook and stuff like that?
Yeah, she's been foraging. She's been cooking for everybody. She loves it.
She knows a lot about different ingredients and stuff in the forest, right?
Yeah.
Can I ask her if she knows anything about some kind of moss that after you eat it you go blind, and if she knows if there's any way we can counter the effects?
So some of the elves still have some of the moss, and like she takes the moss and she's like, "Really? There's no way they could have survived on this. Like it's not possible. This is garbage. Like I would never eat this." She kind of just like tosses it aside. So it's all like starting to become clear. Like this like with everything that was like Tahir being the goddess of poison and darkness, and also he tends to be a little on the side of trickery. This trap was set centuries ago, like by him with this amplifier, where he enchanted this island in the middle of the desert to almost like a beacon. And because like when people are wandering aimlessly, they would travel to this beacon, and they would find this. They would go below and find this, accepting people, and find this amazing resource to feed when they have nothing else. So it just was a constant influx to for people who would come down and essentially worship. But like, the worship side, he like was never really part of the plan, but more it was like this god of darkness and poison. Like, by accepting people into his trap, he was permanently giving them darkness. They were going to live out the rest of their days in this cave, or they were going to go beyond the cave and still live the rest of their days in darkness. So this trap was set centuries ago, and it's just been building and building and building. And then this, poison and darkness is almost like the exact opposite of what Eldith stands for. So this is why the calling and the pull was so strong for Varys to go here and to stop this trap, to end this trap, and to gain something that will help him as an agent of Eldith.
So is it possible that over time, Varys may be able to cure these people?
Possibly. With Eldith being the healing waters, being the opposite, essentially the opposite deity. It's possible, but it's chances are slim. They've been living down there for decades, centuries, some of them. So not looking good.
Am I still blind?
Well,
no, you're good. Oh, we're off.
I'll tell the elves this. No use, lying to them, but I'll also offer them, passage to like Polance or something, if they want to hang out there for a while we go and try to sort stuff out.
Dandy, roll insight. Varys, roll religion.
I don't have very good insight, so.
Okay, so with what has happened in the past, the volcano that you guys converted, yeah. So Varys begins speaking of eldest waters and how they flow freely in the volcano overlooking Valerio. So that's a possible destination.
Oh, okay, yeah, good idea. We'll take these elves to the Valeria thing, and they can serve Eldith there, and maybe she'll be able to eventually find favor with them and cure them.
And getting back to the ship, like knowing that no one's on your back, like you feel like you can finally get a good rest. So you get everyone aboard, you get these elves aboard, and like they're not really willing to stay. They want to go with you to this. The humans, like they've already had the idea of abandoning Sal Braca, so they're certainly on aboard with the idea of traveling with you guys. And so you get aboard, you kind of distance yourself from the land, and you like lay down for a rest. And Mim has this dream of scribbling in his book, and then tearing out this page, and like he kind of packs it up, and he puts it in his pocket. And as he looks up, he sees this library, and he starts walking towards this library. Mim, roll a history check as a memory. All right, so outside of the great library, that in the gnome capital, there was another library. Less. Seeing as it didn't have like the gnomes who were like the master race of sorcery. It was the next best library that there was, and he has this recollection of traveling there after, like post like memory loss. You get the idea that like Mim has gone through stages in the last 50 years of like remembering and forgetting like as things go on. So like he has this memory of like traveling there, and like that might have been like where he was coming from when he was taken by the orcs, when his ship was overrun by the orcs, and that where you all met on the slave ship, like Varys hiding from his enclave or from his grove, and Renga meditating to try and calm himself, and Dandy, you were helping the orcs at that point in time, looking for a way out. So you kind of get the idea that Mim was traveling before he was with you guys, and this was one of the places he traveled, and like you have this recollection of a couple of casters, like magic casters who have like sought refuge in this place, and you get this vision of it like being on this in the middle of this small island, and like these huge cliffs all around the outside, and there's only like one way in, and you wake up and you kind of look through your book, and you see where the page was torn out. You see like where this page was ripped, and like you try to recall like exactly what you wrote, and it was you gathered that it was a note to like to try and protect yourself. It was like a note to destroy books that would give you a chance at like getting your memory back. So it was like you did this in a moment of lucidity, like you recalled like why you eliminated your memories in the first place, so any chance of getting them back might reinstate that same bond, the same whispering that you had from the demon V, and like so this was a step that you took to try and never recover your memory back.
All right.
So and the burning ship that you guys saw, that was burnt half to the ground. That was Mim explains that was probably, or Mim, you kind of understand that was kind of in line with the defenses, like that looks like it might have been the defenses for that island, or like the work of that.
Well, damn.
Any questions?
No. Where are we going right now, by the way? Can I see a world map, please?
Did I put you guys on the boat? Are you looking at the boat?
Yeah, looking at the boat right now.
All right. Bear with me.
All right, up there is Salbraco.
All right. So
Where's Dario Naharis or whatever? Valeria?
So you guys are here. Polance is this island. Valerio is like over here. So this whole island is what had the Rakasha and Tuba Judy and Gronst and Valerio. That's this big island to the west. So where you saw that burning ship was a little bit more to the north. But by the sounds of it, it sounds like it's a smaller island. So it's probably just off of one of these main like bigger lands. But idea is that it would be further like in this direction to the north.
Well, it sounds like there's stuff to pursue that way, but I'm not super comfortable doing it with a boatload of civilians. So do you guys want to do a run to drop people off at places before we pursue something else?
That sounds like a good idea.
Also, I also think I don't know if any of the humans are interested in stopping at Polance. I know I talked about it to convince people to come with us. But I do want to stop at Polance either way to get some pickles.
Okay. Do you mind if we don't like do the full on role play for that whole place?
No, I want to purchase a bunch of pickles.
Okay.
And then if any of the humans want to stay there, I'll leave them there.
All right. Well, they've been hearing this grand talk of Grand Moff Doyle and his toilets. And like you've spread their word through the aisles, so they're all about stopping there. They don't have the same sort of blind problem. Are you going to bed? Good night, kiddo. Sleep well.
Do we get a handicap hiking sticker for a boat now?
Good night, kiddo.
That isn't even a thing in this world.
So what? Like, if somebody else is at the port, you boot them out automatically? Is that what you're
We
saying?
get the best boating spot at the port.
All right, I want to buy 12 pickles.
Okay. They'll give them to you at a discount, so that's 1 gold piece.
1 gold piece.
I mean, all it takes literally is him to open a box, so the cost of manufacturing is pretty cheap.
Awesome. And then we don't have to role play there. We'll leave the people who want to stay there, and we'll go about our business. But I just want to make sure that Grand Moff Doyle's doing well.
Grand Moff
Is he
Doyle is
doing
doing well. The bathhouse is magnificent. Just like the last time. You guys want to take some baths, like bask in the water to wipe the desert clean and
Sure.
Yeah, I
maybe
want
Ragai
to.
can finally clean his trousers from
Yeah,
From the piss?
Poison Hound.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I want to do that.
I've come accustomed to the smell.
All right.
No, you wash the pee off. You.
All right. So, how about everybody spends 2 gold pieces and they get pockets full of pickles in a bath.
All right. How many's a pocket full?
It's up to
3
you.
pickles.
Are you wearing cargo pants?
Because I fit a lot of pickles in those.
How many are we saying?
I think before we said it was 8 pickles would fill your pockets. All right, and then do you want to take the full on trip around to Valeria, or do you want to stop off at the port and try and leave them with a guide to because there's the port on the east side where you first landed when you were with Barnabas before Barnabas was killed, and his ship was taken by Fast Off. But there's a port there where you could.
I feel like we should drop them off there. It's a good tourist thing to do.
Let's go there, but I want to make sure that I can find a guide that we can trust there.
Why are you so attached to these elves?
Because we blinded them.
You didn't blind them.
They blinded themselves.
There was a
Shit.
trap sent centuries ago.
We saved them.
Yeah,
No, yeah, I understand that there was a trap and we couldn't have known and we fucked up.
and they they
But
were destined to live
that
in
doesn't mean
darkness.
that they deserve to be blind. They didn't know.
You're giving them a chance, a slim
They drank
chance,
the
but a
Kool-Aid.
chance.
Yeah, so fine. We'll go there and we'll get a guide, but I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure that I find a good guide for these elves that I don't even really care much about.
Right, well,
I'm
it's
They
not
got
going.
scorpion. A couple of them got scorpion. They were blind. They were blind people killed by a scorpion.
They're elves.
What's that supposed to mean? You better watch out. We have one in our party.
it's kind of funny though because orcs are supposed to hate elves, but you shifted your hate to dwarves, so it's.
I don't hate dwarves. They just run afoul of me.
The Ruff Ryderz are known for their dislike of dwarves.
I thought that I helped rehabilitate that a little bit when we fought that battle.
All right, well, not in Rakasha. Rakasha, they don't like you.
Well, that's true. I can't do much about that.
The king's all right with you because you helped save a city.
But
All right, so you find a guide willing to, you know, ferry them along. Like he's gonna have to use a couple of his wagon, like a couple like his carriage wagons. So it's gonna cost for like a 3-day journey. Say they're costing minimum cost being 2 gold a day for the 4. All right, so for about 25 to 30 gold pieces, you guys can set them on their way.
how many? 25?
Yeah.
I'll pay some of that. I can pay 10.
He sees.
I'll
They see you digging in your wallets, and 30. It's 30 gold pieces.
I'll have none of it.
I'll pay 3.
I'll pay 20 of my own gold pieces.
All
So you guys just pick up the rest of the tab. I've got 20 in there.
All right, Tim doesn't have to. Tim can save his 3. Noticing Dandy's generosity, I give him 7 Polance pickles.
Okay. And
Wow.
So Bothzad sees you going and paying for these elves that they've never met, and you guys come back aboard, and so Bothzad, the short captain trying to compensate with a big throne and a big hat, he's like, I can't help but notice that you're tossing that gold around. Like, how much exactly are we getting paid? I kind of have it in my head that we're collecting some good coin, traveling with y'all, but what are we getting paid? Is there like a community thing? Like, is it like a monthly payoff? Like, what are we doing? Because the going rate for a skilled hireling is 2 gold a day, and I understand that we weren't doing too much while you're in the desert, but I mean we've kind of been with you for 2 weeks now.
You're
Haven't seen
intern,
anything.
and someday you're gonna be able to put this on your resume. And
Well, we did get some amount of plunder at the one thing, didn't we? And then put it in just on the boat. I can't remember. All right, fine. I'll pay I have no gold. I have 0 gold. The rest of my gold goes to our crew.
All right, so
All right, I have 0.
dog.
all right, how much gold did you just put in? I need to, the bank. I'll keep track of the bank.
See, I wasn't keeping track of that. I thought we had communal gold, but if we don't, then I have 109 gold left, and I'll put it in the communal gold thing. So.
All right, because that gives
I'll
them
just kill
spending
people,
money
but-
if you, if you leave them there, they could, you could send Wendelum to town to do what he needs to do to get the.
Oh
get
no,
your-
Wendelum bitched too much. He's coming with.
Okay.
Next adventure, he's in. He's on board.
Okay. All right. Is anybody else gonna put their gold in the bank so the crew
I'll
is
put-
I'll
put 30 in.
I'll put 50 in.
I'll put 5.
Mim, you fucking stingy bitch. Put at least 20.
You'll bury 60 some, but all right. All right, so that's the crew kind of sees this and okay, they see this move of trust. You're like, okay, here's the gold we have. This is gold is yours. Spend it as you please. But this is also for the ship. So don't just throw it away. We need this is what we need to upkeep. This is what we need to survive. This is. All right.
I love gold.
To make
So-
sure it's known that every member of the crew gets the signed copy of my next book.
Okay. See, toss a couple IOUs in there. All right, so Ashton's still pretty upset with the fact that Jero is on the ship. He's his idea of fairness and equality for all is kind of thwarted by the fact that Jero eats other people.
Well, then, can I take Ashton aside?
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of persuasion here. Let's see how well I roll it before I.
No. That's okay.
Okay. What I was gonna say is, look, Ashton. I think part of what's fair for people who are in a position like Dro was is to give them another shot. But at the same time, punishment for relapses will need to be swift, and I need someone really great to really powerful to carry it out. So one of your tasks while we're on this boat is I want you to keep an eye on him. And he's already had one relapse that I let pass. If he slips up again, I want you to take him down.
All right, fair enough.
Ashton's gonna fucking kill Jero before this journey's over, guys.
All right. So Ashton's okay with that, but like you're saying, that you've kind of established a one of those two will not be with you forever.
But Ashton's
One of those two.
Well, like if Jero continues to not be able to get, it's the idea is like how loyal they are to the crew, and it's, you're testing one of Ashton's main ideals, having Jero aboard based on an ideal of that Jero has taken. So it's like you've got two conflicting ideals, and giving Ashton the the power to oversee, to like put in something like that, like to punish something like that is just all right, cool.
Ashton, I want Ashton to feel like I'm not betraying him. So the only fair thing to do is to let him kill this cannibal who I'm starting to get a little tepid on, honestly.
Okay.
He had a perfectly good thing going, and he had to go chop off dude's arm.
Listen,
Like,
you guys tied this dude up, screamed at him until he pissed his pants. You destroyed his entire cult. You destroyed the entrance to his cave, and you're mad because before you let him starve to death, Jero took an arm so he could have a nice meal. Just to get this, straight. You guys killed probably 30 dudes, and he took a dude's arm, didn't even kill him. Just saying.
we don't know that they're dead. We'll go visit later. We'll go back and visit them and see that they're okay.
Yeah, okay.
But how?
Spoiler, there's going to be a lot of bones.
How are we gonna visit them? I broke off the elevator thingy.
Yeah, the elevator's
repair
busted.
it. We'll use all of our engineering skills.
Nah, it's a really intricate design from the Minaj tribe.
What?
So what's your next course of action?
I don't understand the joke. I need to know the joke.
It's from the puzzle at the on the snake statue. You're flipping your right, yep. You forget all that?
Nope.
That was like last session. Anyways, what do you guys want to do?
What?
You want to go to the library that Mim has this recollection of?
Mim, do you want to go to the library that you have a recollection of?
I don't know. I'm worried that I might have had books that I took out and lost. And I mean, I guess we can.
Well, you're so stingy on the gold, you can just use some of your.
That's why I would.
I think we should go there, and I also think we should pillage as much as we can, so I'm not have 0 gold. And also so we can pay our crew. we've been a lot of highfalutin adventures, but we haven't been doing a lot of stuff that gets us some Skrilla. Like I would have appreciated if we could have ruined that culture and at least taken something of value from them. But instead, all we got was a goddamn rock that talks to a god that we can't get rid of because we have a fucking cleric with us.
You got.
That's the reason we have it.
All right, Varys, what do you want to do with this god beacon that you've got? Mim, roll an Arcana check. All right, so back to remembering how these things, like back to when you recalled how they were constructed. You remember this bit that like they once you are able to do this bond with the beacon, like that's when the amplifier gets its real power. Like it truly gets the it builds a connection with a specific god. Being an amplifier for like all religions is one thing, but once you have that specific bond, it gets locked in. And like in the cave, like with Tahir, god of poison and darkness, like they enchanted all of the moss in the cavern to have this glow to attract people in, like the trickery side, and then then it also gained all the nutritional benefits to keep them alive, to keep the trap perpetuating. So that was the bond that it had with Tahir. Varys, roll a religion check. I think that one's old. All right, you can kind of hear Eldith, like the beacon, like as you're holding it, is not much of a. It's not that much help, but if you were to bond it, like essentially make like a temple, like shrine sort of thing with it, then that's when you'll feel the true effects.
Put it in a kiddie pool.
Or like later we can take it to the volcano that we convert it into a shrine or whatever. Right? Or can we do it with any old shrine? Like, does that have to be like a super dope shrine? Like, could he make it on the boat?
Put it in the pig's mouth on the boat. That would be dope.
What does a pig's mouth have to do with Elda?
All right, the boat would be sufficient enough to make a temple. It has enough of a structure to itself, and it has like an area. So that's.
I say we're gonna hold off on this one for now.
What?
It's gonna stay in my book bag. What's the point of a traveling temple that Bafazad is in charge of?
Bafazad is like a contractor. Like we're the ones in charge. Like we could easily get him replacing with somebody else. But here's the thing: if you make this boat into like a floating temple to that goddess, we can like probably get a lot of money somehow. I don't know. Step one: make boat in a temple.
So we're
Step
gonna
two,
monetize religion and just benefit from it.
It's called tithes, bro. Don't you think God deserves money?
Yeah, we're not doing that.
You bastard.
Let's go to the library.
Let's go to the library, I guess. Maybe I can find some solace in the written word of reasonable things instead of gods.
All right. So you begin the trek. You've kind of got your standing crew, Wendelum up in the crow's nest. Bafzad kind of keeping an eye on everything, making sure everything's going well. Navina, she doesn't really like to be enclosed below, so she's often on the deck. And you start making your way, following the memories of a broken mind and the direction, and you begin to sail like towards this one land, but it's not correct, so you kind of veer off. And then Mim has this like kind of realize like this awakening moment where he sees it, and he sees this island with the shaped cliffs, like everything, and you begin to sail towards it. And on your approach, everyone's kind of like doing their own thing, but you notice like all of a sudden there's like this figure on the ship, like standing near the front. It's like real ethereal in nature, but it's Mim, roll investigation. Sorry. Okay, so Mim, you see this ethereal figure and like, and you kind of like walk up and you go and you kind of like look around and you realize it's not like looking at you, so it's definitely like a projection from somewhere else. And you kind of like wave your hand through it, and you like look, and you look at its nose, and like, oh, a very distinctive nose, and you like poke it, and you're like, I remember this. This is Torsatra. Torsatra, what is she doing here? Is this part of the defense? And you go in off of your kind of thinking, and you're like, you have this moment of clarity, and you like turn to everyone, look to the sky, and say, brace yourselves. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Da 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 da.
I thought it was bum 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 bum.
Yeah. Bum 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 bum.
Ding, 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 ding. All right, everybody.
Next time we get hit by an anvil.
Yeah, that's definitely the
Yeah,
approaching
need
a wizardry library is definitely an anvil coming for you out of the sky.
Maybe make a wrought iron old timey safe. Maybe a piano.